Hi, I'm Ray and this is TinyTableGames. Today is episode 17 of 5 Leagues from the Borderlands. In the last episode, we cleared out level 1 of a dungeon that we found just inside Wheat Ridge when someone was doing renovations on their village house or whatever. And in their effort to expand, they discovered that dropping the new well or whatever didn't lead to water, but rather to a whole underground dungeon complex. We cleaned out a whole bunch of goblins, found a bunch of loot, and now it's time to check out the second level after resting up for the morning and continuing to let Vicious Vic heal from that battle with the Northern Wolves / Squigs that happened a couple of days ago. So that said, thank you for watching. I appreciate you clicking on the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get to it. So as always, the town event table is where we started off. 25 and 25 is no gambling campaign activities can be taken this turn. That's just fine by me. The next thing we're going to do is the healing stage. So the only one currently wounded is Vic. So after today, he'll be down for 3 more days, assuming nothing gets in his way. And for campaign actions, one of which will be help the town guard so we don't have to pay for keeping our team fed. And for the other one, we'll once again be earning some cash with George St. Clair. He could start his own little series about it at this point. 6 plus equals 2 gold, anything else is 1. 2 gold it is. Nice job, George. Now to see what we're fighting in this level of the dungeon under the Lurking Foes Enemy table. 22. 22 is Giant Bugs. Yuck. Too many legs and too many mandibles. These beasts express a little fear of death. They move 6 inches, have a 3 sprint, toughness 3, armor 1, no combat skills to speak of. All right, how many giant bugs are we fighting? It's a +4, so just once I'd like to not roll high. So we're fighting 9 bugs on this level. Okay, here's the layout for this particular scenario. So this is the only place where these 2 hallways connect is right at the entry point. You've got some bugs represented by standard minis in 3 locations. The bugs have worse stats than the goblins did, so because they have no armor at all. I don't expect this to be a particularly difficult fight, so I think I may just allow the split to happen and go in both directions at once. That said, there's nothing else to it, so let's just start with initiative. Okay, nothing too exciting here. We're going to start off with Lucky. Remember, there's an 8-inch limit in the dungeon for how far you can shoot and see. She'll move up 2 inches, which is all she can do and still attempt to shoot. That puts her still outside of 8 inches. So there she will wait. Or should she just trigger them now? You know, there's something to be said for that. She's going to move up another inch, which is all it will take to trigger this group of baddies. And with that, the hero turn is over and we're on to the bad guy's turn. The bugs can move up to 9. They move 6 and can still do an attack, so they can't quite get to her there. But they certainly can swarm like this. And this one will just move over here, I guess. Okay. Next up, we got this guys who are effectively patrolling, aka doing the random walk around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, so they're heading over here. They're not particularly in a rush. They're bugs after all. That puts them within 8 inches of seeing her. Right at the corner, so that will activate them immediately. And now we've got these guys who have almost no chance of noticing anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I suppose, at least initially. That's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe they'll try and cross through the entryway. Yep, they will. Well, 6 doesn't count. 2. So they're going to head down here. 6. Does that put him within 8 inches of our heroes down here? Yes, it does. Well, that worked out for everybody, didn't it? So all the bugs are activated. So no more patrolling. Wow, that was quick. Okay. Slow hero phase. Wolf will take a step forward and shoot with his crossbow at the nearest guy, who's still 7 inches away, so he hits on a 5+. Misses. Klaus will step up and repeat the process with his longbow. Except he hits. They have no armor, so it's straight to toughness, and their toughness is only a 3. So just like that, he takes one out. Cool. Ivan. I guess Ivan will step up to here and will use his bow to take a shot at that one, hitting on a 3+, because he's within 6 inches. And he does it. And 4 or better to take it out immediately. Wow, that was dramatic. It's wounded. Which means it has a -1 and it's stunned, which normally wouldn't matter, except happily George can follow up, which he will, with his movement, because he can move up to 5. So he'll land right here so he can back Lucky up. Now he's sitting on a 2 combat +1, +1 for the stun, except you can't have both of those together, so it's one or the other. So he's at a +3 overall is what I'm getting at. Versus the wounded bug. No problem there. Yeah, 4, 5, or 6 to take it out. And he does. Squish goes the bug. That's 2 bugs down. Bug morale time. On a 1 or a 2, they start running away. 1 runs away. Probably, boy, I don't know. I guess whoever is farthest away. This guy runs. All right, that brings us to the new round. See, like I said, I don't think, not meaning to jinx myself, this is going to be that bad. Initiative. Okay. All right, here we are. Lucky's going first. She's going to step back 2 inches and kind of be supported by George and take a shot at this guy with her bow. Hitting on a 3+. She does. No armor check, so 4, 5, or 6 to take it out immediately. She doesn't, but it is wounded. All right, that's it for the heroes. On to the monsters. He will move up and attack George immediately, of course. George is at a +3 overall with his combat skill and Lucky backing him up. So he has no problem. There's no armor. And 3 is enough to wound him. So that will push him back 1 inch. George will follow up. He's not too worried about Lucky's backup at the moment. George is at a +2 overall instead of a +3 without Lucky's backup because she's more than 1 inch away. 5 to 2, he still gets it. And anything but a 1 will take this wounded bug out. And way to meet the low bar, George, but still it works. So bug squished. Next up, next wounded bug will go for the nearest dude, which is again George. Still at a +2. The bug wins, but George has a shield, so he parries. So that pushes George back over to here. The bug follows up. Going into the round 2, the bug's still the aggressor, but George wins that one. So going into round 3, George is the aggressor. And 5 to 2, so George wins. And anything but a 1 will finish this bug off because he's already wounded. Okay, well, next on the bad guy's turn. This bug can get into base contact with George because they move quite a ways. He's still at +2 overall. He definitely wins that one. So he's the aggressor in round 2. Check. And 4, 5, or 6 takes it out immediately. This is just kind of an embarrassing level of the dungeon. Kind of like when you get tasked to go clean out the rats, right? In the early days of a campaign. This one can't get there, so he'll have to sprint around the corner to engage, so he can't attack this turn. This bug can just get to Wolf. Wolf is at a +1 overall, thanks to assistance from his friend Claus there. And it's a miss to miss. That's an automatic into the combat, since they both did terrible. Bounces Wolf back 1, and that's that. And the second guy can't quite get to Claus, so he will have to use his sprint to get up there. That's it for the bad guys. On to slow heroes. Wolf will shoot at the guy who almost hit him. 3+ to hit with his crossbow. Yep. No armor, straight to toughness. And that's enough to cause wound. Claws? I think he'll actually fight hand to hand. He's at a +1 overall with backup from Wolf. So 6 to 5, he just pulls it out. There's no armor, and he's got a +1 against toughness with his bastard sword. So 3 or better to take him out. And he does. Squishing bugs like no tomorrow. Next up we have Ivan, who will just take a shot at the guy who's run into George, because there's no penalties for shooting into close combat. And he misses. Guess the real penalty is sucking. George will fight the bug over here. And squish. And 3+ to take it out. And yep, sure enough. Or 4+ would have been to take it out. It's 3+ with the bastard sword. That just leaves this guy. So he has to pass 5 morale checks to make it through the next turn. There's 2 morale checks, 4 morale checks, and 5 morale checks. So last bug, too dumb to quit. Go into initiative. Okay, Wolf and Claus and George are all going first. So Wolf will take a shot with the crossbow. Hits. Anything but a 1 will take him out. Yep, of course. Good job, George. Or excuse me, Wolf. Claus over here will try to follow up. 3+ with his bow. Anything but a 1. Gotcha. All right, that concludes the combat. All that's left to do now is open 3 containers for this to be a completed round. So, Claus will start. We'll have everybody else move over to provide backup. Again, that's because environmental disasters can ensue or more monsters can pop up. So you have to treat this part with a little bit of caution. More so than you would think for, everything is dead, let's just get the stuff. So, warband find for number 1, 41. Something hidden. A warband member taking an interact action must take a scouting test, 8+ to search. If you find it, it's a loot roll. If you roll double 1, you set off a trap. Okay, well, Claus has no particular skills at looking for stuff like this, scouting. That's all Wolf. So 8+ to find some loot. Hey, he does it. Good job, buddy. All right, that takes us on to the loot table then. 68. 68 is a tool. Why could I not roll in the 90s? Oh, thanks. Now, 90 something, that's cocked. 98, that would have been great on the first roll. Okay, tool subtable, thieves tools. Okay, for the second one, we'll say they come over to this little corner. And we'll have Wolf do it. So Wolf, what do you find? 53, and 53 is something hidden again. So 6+ check for him because he has scouting to find loot. He does not do it, but he doesn't get double ones, so it's just nothing at all. And for the final, they'll go over here and Wolf will do it one more time. Uh, 16. Nope. That is obstacle. Obstacle. The obstacle extends 2 inches in every direction and counts as difficult terrain. All right, well, nobody's going to care about that because that's a dead end anyway. Should we keep going? I don't know. I don't think so. We've done enough to clear out the dungeon level. That was a super easy fight. Yay, bugs. Now we need to make a dungeon delve check. If I roll a 1, that's the end and we've reached the bottom of the dungeon. Anything else, and there's another level below. There is another level below. So now it's time to head back to town and tally up how it went. So as we learned last time, you don't get any adventure points on their own for a dungeon exploration. But you do get experience points. Everybody lived and everybody did the hold the field. So everybody gets 2 experience points. In this case, that brings George to 34, which is not enough for his next advancement. That brings Ivan to 29, which is almost enough, but not quite. That brings Wolf to 23. Which is enough for his next one, so he'll actually get a experience roll. And Claus to 26. Nope, that's not enough. And Lucky to 4, which means she'll get her very first experience roll. So both Wolf and Lucky advance this time. So we'll start with Lucky, and her first advancement roll as a hero. 89, and 89 is a luck increase or a will increase. Interesting. Well, I think Lucky obviously needs some luck. That's pretty handy. That's like your own personal get out of jail free card with a bad injury roll. And Wolf, 81. He also, oh no, that's a combat skill increase. Oof, that's super useful. So that'll take Wolf's combat value finally from a 0 to a 1. Been wondering how long it was going to take to get that. So somebody besides George has more than a +0. 1 loot roll for clearing out the dungeon, level I should say. Oh, so close. 80. 80 is a consumable. I mean, it makes sense if it was like a healing potion or something, but we usually never get that. 8. That would be a bottle of red duck. I don't know what that is. We'll have to look. Okay, a bottle of red duck gives the drinker 1 point of will. Wow. When the battle ends, the extra point of will is lost. Oh, so it's only for 1 battle. Interesting. Well, that's not too bad. And for those who don't know, luck points, you can apply those when rolling for post-game injuries. With will points, you can switch to a quick action phase, move an extra 4 inches, add 2 to a test, or make yourself not stunned. So they have slightly different. Will points are more during a fight. Luck points is post-game stuff, basically. And story points are just about whatever you want to use them for, which makes them the most powerful and also, you'll notice, the hardest to come by. Okay, so everybody's back in town. We got a bottle of red duck. So we just need to roll for news of the day to close out the turn. 82. Hopefully that's something good. 82 is a friend needs your help. Oh boy. Let's see. They have a contract they want you to do. You'll receive 1 extra story point for helping. Okay. So we shall note that down. And when we're done with this dungeon, we'll go check on that contract. So there you have it, a fairly squishy, quick dungeon level. And the adventurers have cleared out level 2. Pretty quick and easy, just some squishy bugs. We did find that there's a level 3 to move down to. So the next episode, after resting up for the morning in Wheat Ridge, and Vic Vicious healing still more because he's that badly damaged, the group will dive down to level 3 of the dungeon. At this point, rules start kicking in to make things harder and harder for the heroes as they proceed further and further down, but the loot is theoretically gets better and better. So we shall see how that goes. In any case, thank you very much for watching. I'm Ray, this is TinyTableGames, and I appreciate spending the time with you doing this adventure. See you next time.